Welcome to episode 9 of Minecraft Windows 10 Edition, How to Survive and Thrive. In this episode, I thought, why don't we go ahead and start doing a little bit of exploring. In order to do that, though, we're going to need a couple of things. So in my chest here, I've got some iron. Also, you see these helmets here. These have enchantments on them. You see this one has Unbreaking, this one has Aqua Affinity, this one has Thorns 1, and this has Projectile Protection on it. Between episodes, I go out and I gather up resources so that you don't have to sit and watch me cut down trees, dig dirt up, or whatever, just so that we have what we need. Well, during one of my excavations, there was a rainstorm, and outside here, over by our farm, there was a skeletal horse. And it walked over near me, and then it got struck by lightning and became the four horsemen of the apocalypse. So I had to defeat those four guys, and that's what they dropped. They dropped some bones, dropped a few arrows, and they dropped those four helmets. I did not have the recording going, so unfortunately I can't show that to you, but that's what those are, and that's where they came from. At some point, I'm sure we're going to run into them again. They do happen quite frequently. Anyways, so I grabbed some iron. I'm also going to need a little bit of redstone here. Let me just go ahead and grab one of these real quick. And then I'm going to need some sugar cane. Let me just take about half of this. Yeah, it should be good. So first things first, let's come over here. We're going to take and we're going to put down 4 pieces of iron kind of in this diamond shape here. And then I'm going to drop a piece of redstone in the middle. And that's going to create a compass. Okay, now the compass, if we put it in our hands and we look at it, you see it's kind of got this arrow that moves around. That arrow will always point back to spawn. Not the bed, but the actual spawn. So if we come outside here and we wander, it'll take us to that little island where we spawned at. Okay, but we're going to need that for something else here. What I want to do now is I'm going to take this sugar cane and I'm going to kind of just divide it up here across these 3. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Actually, I put 8 there. And that'll make 3 pieces of paper. Well, times 8, that should be 32 or 24. Sorry, my math's not very good. All right, now with the paper, we combine that with the compass. So I take my compass, I'm going to set it here in the center, and I put 1 piece of paper in each of the squares around the outside of the compass. And that's going to make a map. Let's put that in our hand here. Let's take it, open it, you hold it there, and then you're going to right click and it opens up. And that's our map. This is a map of the area. You can see the little white dot in the corner that kind of turns around as we move. That's our current position. You can also see on the map there's our cow farm and also our garden out there where our wheat is growing at. Now you can see that we pretty much filled up this entire map. So it's not very helpful for us, but let's go ahead and let's expand it a little bit more, which we can do here very easily. We're going to take the map and we're going to put it in the center of the crafting grid, and then we're going to put 1 piece of paper in each of the squares around the map. Put that away, and then you can see here it says map, display markers, yes, because we used the compass with it, and scaling is at 1, as currently level 1 of 4. So if we take that, put it in our hands, and then if we look at the map, you can see that it's expanded it out quite a bit. Okay, so this will help us to get back to where we need to be. Just kind of look at the map and remember where you're at. Now, unfortunately, again, this particular version of Minecraft does not have a coordinate system that that you see in the PC version and also in like the console edition. So we don't know our exact X, Y, and Z coordinates to find our way back. So we kind of got to rely on the map. We're kind of centered in the right hand side of the map. That's where our hidey hole is at. So if we go out somewhere and we're wandering around, oh sorry, and we go out wandering, so we can jump up here, head in this direction. You see that's the way we're heading, and as we travel in that direction the map will fill itself in. So let's head this way as far as we can go. And let's see what we get on the map. Oh. Apple there, may as well pick it up while we're at it. Got some water here. Let's go ahead and jump in and swim across this. Now, unfortunately, looks like we got ourselves a nice big ocean out there, so we're kind of stuck. We can make a boat and go out there, but we'll do that in another episode because boats are kind of a nuisance. I'm not very good at driving them around, especially with the new changes, the way boats work. But we can wander around here and at least fill in the rest of the map so that it's completely filled in. A nice cave down here we can explore sometime soon. Looks like this might be another part of that cave. Yeah. The problem with using a map too is it kind of blocks your view, so you got to be careful that you don't fall off a ledge like that. That would hurt us pretty badly. Okay, well, we got our map completely filled out now. Let's go ahead and head back to the hidey hole real quick, and let's expand it another layer and see how it does. Alright, let's go ahead and put this map back in the center, and once again we'll just take 8 pieces of paper, go around the outside just like that, and now it's going to be a level 2 map. Click on that, bring it back in. Okay, you can see it's expanded it quite a bit. So now if you do recall, that direction is all water, so that's unfortunately the direction that has the most open. Now we could go off this way and see what's over there. Heading in this direction though just kind of takes us to the edge of the map. So let's head over in this direction just a little bit and see what we got going on here. Check make sure it's not getting too late in the day. Okay, yeah, it's getting to be nighttime. Let's go ahead and sleep real quick, and then we'll head back out again. Okay, it's not quite nighttime yet. Okay, again, there we go. All right, so we want to head off in this direction here and see what the map has to show us. Let's get out of here. Yeah, so now we need to kind of be in the bottom left corner of the map. Is leads us back to our hidey hole. So okay, well, as you can see, there's not too much more we can actually do with this map without really traveling across that vast ocean we have there. Now you might be wondering, it's like, what about the area that's behind us? Why isn't that showing on the map? And it's a good question. What we could do though is we'd create another map and we'd have to open it in an area that's behind where we're at in order for that to show up. For some reason this one centered it on the chunk that we are currently in as being along that edge of the map. So if we create another map and we move up into the hill behind us, it should open up a little bit more. So we can try that real quick. Let me see. Let me grab some more sugar cane here. I want to leave a couple of them behind. I'm going to need them for another project. I'm going to need another piece of redstone here. Let me go ahead and put this map away. And let's get me another piece of redstone. I still have some iron, so we need to make another compass. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, with one piece of redstone in the middle. Make another compass. Put that in the center. Oh, actually, we need to make our paper first. It's going to give us 21. Okay. All right. So let's take our compass. Let's put it in the center, and then we're going to surround it with paper. That in there. We're just going to leave it alone for a moment. We can put it here, but we don't want to open it yet. So it's getting night. Let's sleep real quick. Let me put away these slime balls real quick from that slime that attacked us while we were out exploring. And we can put away this map too. Go ahead and sleep. Okay, now let's head out up over the hill here behind us. And you might notice that this area I'm getting cleared out a little bit and filling in some holes and stuff. this is where I want to build our house, which we're going to do eventually. All right, so I want to move over just this way a little bit further. Like over somewhere here. Keep an eye out for monsters. Might be some skeletons or creepers hiding in here. And now let's go ahead and pop that map open real quick. And there we go. So now we've got a map of this area here, which we can also expand. And just like the other one, also those maps can be tied together by putting them in item frames, putting them on a wall. You can make one big giant mural map if you wanted to with it. But anyways, that's maps. We've done a little bit of exploring. Don't worry, we're going to go a little further as we go along. It's just, I want to build a house first. I want to get a few things, and then we're going to head out and we're going to look around for a few more things. I want to teach you how to do stuff like making glass, how to get smooth stone, how to craft a few other block types as well that we're going to be using in our house as well. Now, I'm not a great builder, so don't be expecting something absolutely fantastic. I can tell you there's plenty of YouTubers out there that are much better at building than I am, and I'd gladly recommend you viewing their channels as well. People such as False Symmetry, Wells Knight, Good Times of Scar, Zombie Cleo. These are some people that do absolutely incredible builds that I highly recommend. So, until next time, this is Desert Rat. Have a good one. Goodbye.